Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa back at it with another banger, man. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, thank you, God, for giving us another day and opportunity together. Thank you for the support, y'all. To everybody who decided to click on today's video, I'm going to be bringing y'all the top 3 most broken center builds to use to end off Season 8 ending 2K22. Now, before we get any further into this video, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And let's reach 50 likes on today's video. Now, as you can see, we're going to go ahead and get started by putting this build under the center position. Now, for the height, I'm going to go with 6'9", 215 for the weight, and a wingspan of 7'5". Now, for the finishing, I'm pretty much going to go about this to where I'm able to get contact dunks for this build, but wanted to be able to get some post scoring out of this build as well. So we're going to end it off with 29 finishing badges, and with this build, you're going to be able to get the contact dunks, but also do some really nice post moves as well. Now, for the shooting, we're going to end it off with 22 badges, max out that mid-range. Then for the three-pointer, go with the 76 and a 75 free throw. You can make any changes to all of these builds if you want to, but I'm telling you, the way that I'm going to be bringing it is definitely the best way to go about the making. Now, for the playmaking, we're going to be able to get 19 badges right here, 75 pass accuracy, and then we did max out both the ball handle and speed with ball. Now, once we go ahead and get into the defensive area, I'm going to max out that interior and perimeter defense. For the steal, I'm going to go with the 66, 88 for the block. Then for the rebounding, go with an offensive of 62 and an 87 defensive. Now for the physicals, I'm going to max out my speed, acceleration, strength. Make sure to go with at least a 70 vertical. Then that stamina is going to be brought up to a 90. Now, if you are still watching, let me know in the comments, man, where are you tuning in from, whether that be a state or city. I'm coming out of Cali, so if I have anybody who is shooting out from California, go ahead and let me know right now in the comments. But as you can see with this build, if you have grinded out each season, meaning since we are in Season 8, we have been able to unlock 8 extra badges, put towards any build that we make, then getting another +4 from our rebirth. Now, for the takeovers, as you can see, we get the post scoring, lockdown, rim protecting, and then you cannot forget about the offensive playmaking. So all of these are some pretty solid options to pick from. You're going to be able to speed boost with this build, be a pretty toxic post scorer. Then we get lockdown takeover, with the double lockdown takeover being rim protecting. So the first one I'm going to go with will be paint intimidation. The second one is speed boost. I'm going to go with team ratings. And as y'all can see, we were able to create the two-way mid-range specialist center. Now keep in mind, this is only the first build that I'm going to be bringing to y'all today. Now let's go ahead and get into the second making of the second build. And as y'all can see on this list, I'm going to be bringing y'all the ankle breaking shot creating 6'10" post facilitator center. Now with this build, a little bit different from what I previously had brought y'all, and I really have to say that I'm liking the name on this one. But as you can see, anything of these builds is going to be pretty much able to get adjusted towards your own liking. So as we go along, I highly recommend making the build with me together. Then if you want to make your own adjustments, do it after we get the actual build name. Now to start out, we're going to go ahead and put this one under the center position again. Once we go ahead and get into the breakdown of the actual height, weight, and wingspan, go with 6'10". The weight I'm going to go with is going to be 215. And then for the wingspan, I'm liking 7'3". So as we go ahead and put on the attributes, just be sure that you follow along. So for the close shot, I'm going to go ahead and put this to an 86. Driving layup, same exact thing. Max out that driving dunk and go with a 92 standing dunk. Now right here, we get a total of 27 finishing badges, and pretty much for that area of the build, I would definitely have to say we have everything that we're going to need. Now for the shooting, I'm going to go with the mid-range of an 82, max out that three-pointer, free throw will be an 84, and right there, we get a total of 25 shooting badges. Now, for the playmaking, I'm going to go with the pass accuracy of 79. I'm maxing out both my ball handle and the speed with ball. And that's going to bring us up to a total of 19 playmaking badges. But for the defensive end, the interior defense will be a 68. Perimeter, going to be a 75. Then for my steal, I'm going to bring this up to a 68. Max out that block at a 96. Then for the defensive rebound, I'm going to go with an 82, bringing the offensive up to a 73. And this is going to allow us to get a total of 27 defensive badges. Now, the rest of the attributes will be left over for the physicals. I'm going to max up my speed, acceleration, go with a 43 strength, 70 vertical to unlock any type of standing contact dunks. Then I'm going to go with a stamina of 92. Now with this build as well, we will also be able to get over 100 badges with the extra badge points that we're able to unlock. Now for the takeovers, we get the shot creating, the sharpshooting, playmaking to speed boost, and the rim protecting. So whichever way that you decide to go about the making of this build, make sure that everything is solely based off your own play style. Now for my liking, I'm going to go ahead and pick the shot creating takeover just so that way I'm able to break ankles then when it comes down to the second one. Now this should all be based off of your own preference and what you like. I would consider the lockdown rim protecting takeover, but to be a little bit more fun, you can really consider the limitless range, sharpshooting, or even the playmaking. Now, both of these are going to be pretty solid. Make sure you pick what you like more. I'm going to go with paint intimidation, and as y'all can see, we were able to create at number 2, the post facilitator. Now, one final build on this list for the centers, and as y'all can see, we're going to be able to create a versatile paint beast at 7'3", but this is going to be pretty much a 7'3" stretch big with sharpshooting takeover. Now, if you made it this far into the video, thank you to everybody who has shown the support since day one, but more so than anything, to everybody who is interactive in the comments, hitting that like button and sharing this with your family. Just know, more than anything, I'm going to continue to give y'all back the support that you have been giving me, and as we go into 2K23, I am literally going to be dropping bangers every single day, so be sure to stay tuned for that. But let's go ahead and get started by putting this build under the center position. Now, we're going to go ahead and make it to 7'3". As for the weight, if you want to max it out, you definitely can do that. But for my liking, I'm going to go ahead and go with 244. Wingspan, going to be 7'7". Then the body shape, I'm going to go ahead and put this to builds. Now, as we get into the breakdown of these animations, the attributes, and the takeover, just be sure that you follow along, and we're going to be able to set this build up pretty nicely. So for the finishing, I'm going to go with a close shot of an 86, driving layup of a 60, then the driving dunk will be a 64, 92 for the standing dunk, and an 87 post control for 28 finishing badges. Now, for the shooting, I'm going to go with an 82 mid-range, max out that three-pointer. Then for the free throw, I'm going to go ahead and put this into the 80s for a total of 23 shooting badges. Now, if you feel like taking the risk in order to try to get a higher mid-range shot, you definitely can do that, but I'm telling you, you do risk changing the build. Now for the playmaking, I'm going to go with an 87 pass accuracy, just so that way I'm able to get gold bullet passer. Now the rest of the attributes will be left over for the defensive end. So I'm going to go with an 85 interior defense, max out the perimeter, skip over the steal. I went with a 97 block, and then for the offensive rebound, I went with a 90. Then for the defensive, 93. And right here, we get a total of 34 defensive badges. Now, remember, we get 4 extra badges from our rebirth, then another plus 8 if we have grinded out all 8 seasons. Now for the physicals, max out that speed, acceleration, strength, I'm going to go ahead and put this to an 80. Then for the vertical, this is pretty optional, so if you want to go with the max or 60, that's perfectly okay. Then we're going to end it off with a 90 stamina, and these are the badges that we did unlock. Pretty much get a good amount of Hall of Fame tiers in each area of this build. Now for the takeovers, this is going to play a huge factor with this build. So we get the sharpshooting, rim protecting, glass cleaning with the post scoring. So whichever way you see fit for your own playstyle, I would highly recommend picking that. Now first, I'm going to go with advanced post moves. Secondly, going to go with limitless range. And as you can see, together we were able to create the versatile paint beast, or the post scoring sharpshooter. Now to everybody who made it to the end, thank you for the support. Thank you, God, for another day and another opportunity. And y'all already know what y'all need to do. Comment down below, where did y'all watch from today? Go ahead and turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And let's crush the 50 likes on this video. But again, thank you for the support. I love y'all. And with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.